Right.
Hello, welcome. I am Haley Gibbons.
I am Chelsea Robertson. You probably heard our names or seen us in the breakfast meeting. We are your go-to gals for anything and everything truck ordering, but also here to answer any questions you have that are leasing related.
Yeah, all the things with Success Leasing. So hopefully some people are jumping on and have some questions for us so that we can give you all of the knowledge. I know people call in all the time, so this is like an easy way for you guys to just like type in and ask some questions, whatever it is. If we don't know the answer, we're always learning. So we can find the answer and get back with you. So any questions? What's going on? I guess
No questions yet.
Yeah. How long have you been at Prime?
Let's see, 4 years. Yeah, over 4 years, 4.5 years.
Okay. I've been here 5 years, all in the leasing department. So
yeah. Yep.
We should be able to answer your questions.
Hopefully we can cover all bases.
We definitely know all things about ordered trucks. So anything with that, but really you can ask us anything.
We'll just start with the basics.
Okay.
What is the difference between company and a lease?
So company, unfortunately, you don't get to choose your truck. We choose for you. On the pay wise, we don't really go much into that. So I honestly don't know the difference on pay on company and lease. On the lease side, there is a lot more risk, but there is a lot more gain with that as well. So generally, you are going to make a substantially more money on that side. But you also do have to pay for things that go wrong on your truck or damages. You'll have a deductible. You also do get to choose your truck on the lease side, which is nice. So you will get on our list, and that updates every day at around 11, and you can choose what truck we have available. On the company side, we do choose for you, and that's kind of the biggest. Can you think of anything else?
I think that really covered a lot of it. Yeah, company, you get paid by the mile, leases by the load, but we don't know details
as far as over that.
No, that kind of gets a little bit out of our range. So that's about the extent of what we know.
Okay. How much do you have to put down on a new truck?
So 2 options. Chime in anytime if I'm over talking, Chelsea.
Go ahead.
2 options. So if you're ordering a truck and you're going to do a standard lease, there's no money down. Again, no money down, no credit check on a standard lease. You do have to be leasing for either way, standard or ACE leasing, which is our lease purchase program, for 90 days. If you're going to do the lease purchase program, again, there's no credit check, but it is $14,000 down. You do get $1,000 off for every year you've been leasing up to 6 years. So the down payment can be as low as $5,000. And then when you order the truck, we do require $5,000 down in order for us to place it with the manufacturer. And then when you come for pickup, we'll just require the rest of the money. So if you do the standard lease, again, that's the walkaway lease. We just ask that if you've been leasing less than a year, you'll have to pay for your extras up front. If you've been leasing more than a year, we can get your dispatcher's approval and put it through your settlement over 10 weeks. And same with the lease purchase program as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Miss anything?
I don't think so. The only thing, $8,000 is the lowest it would ever be with the discount. You said 5, but you meant, I knew what you were going to say, because you had to have 5,000 up front.
Yeah.
8 would be the lowest. But yeah, I mean, you covered everything. Extras, of that.
Yes.
One swing.
One swoop. I literally could say that in my sleep.
I know. I could too.
This is it.
Okay.
Okay.
You get a truck with duals.
You cannot get a truck with duals.
Unfortunately, no.
No. We don't run with duals at all.
Okay.
Sorry.
What does it take to get a Kenworth?
So right now we actually don't have a deal this year with Kenworth. So the ones that are running in the fleet are what we have. We don't have any other new coming in at this time. Obviously, with each year in our truck deals, we do look at everybody. We reevaluate. So not to say that wouldn't change in the future. There's always a possibility. But at this time, we do not have any Kenworths to order or put your name by. We just don't have anything. We don't have a deal with them at this time.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. How much extra for getting a standard transmission truck?
$25,000 down, and it is non-refundable. You do have to pay the full $25,000 when you order the truck. The reason behind that is there's not a lot of people in the fleet now, unless, I mean, you've been here for years and years, that are qualified to drive a standard. So unfortunately, we're not training on that. So if something were to happen and you were to default or you were to go home and you were to get sick, something happened and the truck came back in our fleet, we don't have a lot of operators that are going to be able to run that truck. So it becomes quite risky for success for us to have a standard truck in the fleet. So that's kind of why we got to make sure you've got some skin in the game as well. And that's where the $25,000 comes into play.
Okay, I know you guys are kind of working on this one. Any documentation or anything that you guys have for good descriptions on add-ons available for the trucks?
Oh, Lordy.
We hear you, and we do
loud and
not
clear.
disagree that this is an area we need improved, and it is a work in progress. We have been meeting with the website developers. We've had meetings. We are working on new photos for you guys because we know that those need some love.
Some love
Those
and
need
attention.
some
updating.
And just kind of trying to get better descriptions also with the pictures to kind of help you guys out so you know what you're ordering. But obviously, if you have any questions or if something does not seem clear, please call and we can, if I don't know the answer, I will find out.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, sometimes if it's a really common question we can sometimes explain it better to you than what the description is on the website. So don't hesitate to get a hold of us if you have any questions or something doesn't seem right.
Definitely.
Okay. Do we have any Volvos?
So a few.
Yeah. Sorry.
So-
No. It's
No,
just we're kind of at the point where we're making new deals for trucks for next year. So we're not that we're running out, but the deal that we did place, that's kind of coming to end, and we're about to make new deals and we haven't signed anything yet. So that's kind of where we're at with, you know, the one-off trucks, Volvos and Kenworths and all of that.
I would say if you've leased 90 days, you're more than welcome to call. I do have some left that are coming in at the end of the year. But again, like those are going to be limited. So I can't promise anything, especially with a Volvo. Also with a Volvo, we don't have a deal to customize those in any way. So just be aware, like those are coming as they are. The very little selection we'll have is going to be, you might get to pick between a couple different colors, but you can call in and ask about the Volvo and we'll just hopefully have something available that we can discuss at that time.
And you can do a lease purchase or a standard lease on a Volvo if you wish.
That's another thing we get a lot of misconception on is a lot of drivers think that they can't do or they can only do a lease purchase.
And they have to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, no, as long as you qualify to order.
If you've been here for 90 days, call me if you're interested in a Volvo and I'll look at it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Someone's questioning about a color code. They can reach out to you to get that color code for a specific white.
Yes. So the best thing to do, obviously the website is not great sometimes. So we really suggest if you see a truck that you like the color of, if you can get the truck number and then call Chelsea or myself and we can look on our spreadsheets and what's in the system of what that color code is and what that exact color is. And then, you know, we can place that order with that color. It makes it a lot easier. I mean, on the website, there's 5 different reds. And again, I say this a lot, but perception of a color is, it's everybody's different. So just find a truck that you like, and then we'll let you know exactly what color that is.
I also get a lot of questions about colors that are not listed on the website, like just other colors that you may have seen on a different type of truck or maybe not even a prime truck.
Yeah.
I always say you can, in the comment section before you submit your order, you can always put, if you have a color code, it never hurts to ask. I will always submit it. That does not guarantee that it's something that we can get, but it's always something that if you see a color that we can always look in to see if it's an option of something that we could add.
Yeah.
So, but the colors that are listed on the website are the ones we can guarantee get for you on your order, but don't hesitate to ask and put things in the comment section if you want us to look into it.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys know the average weekly payment for lease trucks? Does it kind of just depend on?
It totally just depends. It depends on make and model. It depends on year. It depends on standard lease, ACE lease, how much money you've put down. There's so many things that fluctuate into that. Really, they range anywhere from $1,085 to $1,400. So if you are curious exactly what you think you might be paying or what truck you're going to get into, feel free to call us. Anybody should be able to answer those questions. If it's a lease purchase, you can always talk to Chelsea and myself, and we can look and see how much money you're putting down. And then, if you're going to do a 3 or a 4 year, but it definitely ranges on a lot of things.
If they put more money down, does it make the weekly payments go down as well?
It does. The max that we'll allow to put down is $25,000. So it really doesn't go down a significant amount between $14,000 and $25,000. It's a few dollars a week. But you're more than welcome to put up to $25,000 down.
Can you get 2 different colors on a truck?
No. So no, the best way to do this is like stripes and stuff, can stripe it around, like do a wrap on the bottom or something like that. But we really can't do 2 different colors. A lot of the things with the colors, I'll go into a little bit, is body damage. If the truck is damaged or something were to happen, we only have certain colors here at Prime that we can fix those trucks with. So if you're getting like very intricate with these colors that then become more expensive, we can't fix them and match up that color. So we're not trying to be hard and not be able to get you what you want, but there is some kind of backstory on that as well.
Okay. Is there any way to find out your weekly payment before signing your lease? Can you kind of get like a general
for
idea?
sure. Yeah. I mean, either standard or lease purchase, we're happy to go over it. If you're doing a standard lease, it'll be on it should be on when you call, when we show you what that truck is. Our girls at the front should be able to tell you exactly what that lease payment is going to be. And then standard or lease purchases, we can always tell you what,
absolutely,
what your payment would be for a 3 or a 4.
Okay. Mm-hmm. If they do a lease purchase, could they go outside of Prime and get duals put on instead of the super singles?
No, we don't allow duals at all.
Yeah.
Once you own the truck fully, if you would like to pay somewhere else to have duals put on, you can. But as long as it's our truck, still, even though you're in a lease purchase, until you pay the $100 balloon payment, we won't allow the duals.
I know you talked about a little bit earlier. What's a benefit of leasing?
Well, go ahead.
Kind of, you touched on it at the beginning a little bit, but I would just say you have a little bit more freedom as a lease operator. You do get to pick your truck. You do just get to have a little bit more control, I think, over, what you run. You and your fleet manager can kind of work that out.
You earn a lot of benefits too. So yes, the reward or it's a lot more complicated sometimes and the risk is greater, but you do earn forgiven lease payments for however long you've been here. You do earn higher, cents per mile. You do earn so many different things. The longer you're here as a lease operator, your down payment goes down for an ACE lease operator. And I mean, you do earn more money generally as a lease purchase operator. So there is a lot more benefits as well that go into that. You also earn retention and rewards. So, you earn $500 from Success every year and $1,000 from Prime. That goes into an account that just sits there and waits for you until you're fully vested after 10 years. So, I mean, there's a lot of wonderful rewards that go into that. You also get a lease completion incentive, which I don't think we've been over. And that's a wonderful thing. So if you're doing a standard lease, and you finish the term of the lease. So it's what you wrote on the truck, not what a previous operator wrote on the truck. So say you've been on that truck for a year and a half. At the very end of that, you'll have a lease completion incentive. It's your total authorized dispatch miles times 0.0525 minus any repairs or anything to get the truck back up to spec. So that is money that we're giving to you. I mean, that ranges so much. Lease completion incentives can range from a few $100s to thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's a wonderful thing when you turn that truck back in to then get that incentive about 7 to 10 days that comes back to you.
Yeah, that's a wonderful part.
It is. I mean, there's people that get like 25, 30,000. We're like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you do, sorry, I keep talking, but if you run the truck, if you run it for the full term, so you're the first operator on the truck and the last operator on the truck, you've been on it the entire time. We want to reward you. So we have a dinner at Fire and Ice, and your dispatcher will come, someone from leasing will come, someone high up in operations will come. Sometimes Robert shows up. And then you can either choose one night at the Oasis to spend the night or 3 nights at the Campus Inn. So it's just a fun way to reward you. You get a bag of goodies or you get points to use anywhere on the Prime facility and eat and drink and be merry.
Yeah. You also get priority on our list. If you're going to turn around and pick another truck off the yard, we do try to get you turned around and back in another truck as quickly as possible. So we do try to help you out there as well. That's another perk of
Definitely.
being end of lease for
And
sure.
they only have 60 days. to turn
59.
around. 59.
59, 60, you are out of luck.
Yes.
Seriously.
So
And there's
59
nothing
days
we
is
can do
decent.
about it. It all goes through like a different program
Mhm.
that we could get audited on. So it's 59 days. You have to have a lease signed within those 59 days. So it's the one thing that we literally cannot budge on.
Yeah. And that's just one thing there's a lot of like, oh, well, I turned my truck in, or I took my time off, or I ran on a friend's truck as a company driver.
Yeah.
That does not count. It's vital that you, from the date that you turn your truck in until you turn around and sign another lease and you are out of here, you have to have that done before the end of that 59th day to continue your leasing benefits and leasing longevity.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Do mid-roofs typically go cheaper than condos?
No,
No, I don't.
we don't really have a lot of mid roofs
I
either.
didn't think so.
Yeah.
No, it's very few and far between for flatbed operators.
Mhm. Okay. This is an easy one. Do you
What's
guys do
next?
Peterbilts?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course
Yes,
we
we
do.
do.
We love Peterbilt.
Freightliner and Peterbilt are the two options that if you go to our website to place an order, those are the two manufacturers that we have deals with that you can customize your color, you can add extras. Freightliner and Peterbilt are going to be the ones that you can really
Yeah.
play with and kind of customize to make it your own.
And there's so many extras on the website too. And like we said earlier, if you don't know what some of them are, you're wanting something specific, you can always reach out to us. But there's tons of stuff.
There is.
Okay. Can you turn a standard lease into a lease purchase?
That's kind of fuzzy. So like, I don't know. We try not to do that. You cannot, once you have left the yard, you've signed a lease on it, you've left the yard, we cannot turn that back into a lease purchase. You've left it. Unfortunately, it would have had to start as a lease purchase from the very beginning. Say you place your order today, your truck's coming in January, you decide in November that you have the funds and you want to do a lease purchase. If you send us the funds, we can get it switched over. We just need to know sooner than later. If it gets to stripes and stuff, things like that, there will be an additional fee on top of that. So just be aware, because then it affects permits, it affects stripes, it affects us, it affects the shop. There's a lot that goes in with the numbering of the truck and the VIN. So if you would like to switch it, we just need to know sooner than later.
As soon as you can possibly make that decision,
Yeah.
the better it works
Yeah.
for you and everybody
Yeah.
else, for sure.
Definitely.
Can you do a 2-year lease?
You can, standard or lease purchase?
This just says 2-year.
Can do 2-year, yeah.
If you pick one off the yard that has, so on the website, if you're picking a truck from our inventory, it will have how much time is left when the end of lease date is. You can pick one that has, if you find one that has 2 years left on the lease, but we can't order one or
Just
start
for 2 years.
a new contract that has
So
2
reefer
years.
trucks, we run for 3 years. So like if a truck goes out today, today is the date of service, it has 3 years. We'll run it from then. So like if an operator turns that truck in a year from today, then yes, it will have a 2-year availability on the lease. Flatbed and tanker, we run for 4 years. So if a truck goes out today, somebody brings it back next year at this day, it has 3 more years on it.
Okay. Do you might not know this, how many forgiven lease payments that Prime gives out each year?
Yes. So after 2 years, you'll get 1 forgiven lease payment. 3 years, you'll get 1 more forgiven lease payment. 4 years and forward, you'll get 2 forgiven lease payments every year on your longevity date. You cannot have a break in service more than 59 days, or they start all over. If you go lease purchase, you do not earn forgiven lease payments. And if you have not used them, they are null and void.
So be sure and use them before you sign your lease purchase.
Yeah.
Okay. We've had a couple drivers ask, can lease payments be reported to the credit bureau? Do you know?
Unfortunately not.
We do not.
We do not report anything to credit. We can, if you are trying to buy a house or you're trying to do something, you can have your bank send in to us like a credit reference. And we can fill that out with like your truck number and how many payments you've made, as long you're not negative or anything. I think Terry in our department handles that right now, but we definitely can fill out a credit reference for you. We've done that for houses or cars or things like that, but we can't actually report it to help your credit.
Gotcha. Okay. We do have some mid-roofs for tankers, correct? But not very many.
Yeah.
It's mostly companies. Okay, that was another question. They said they've seen some
Strolling
Yeah.
around the United
Yeah.
States.
Okay. Leasing is not just for reefer. I know you said that it's also in flatbed as well. It's through all
divisions.
intermodal.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Okay. Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Another thing, this is kind of maybe an easy answer, but company drivers too, I know it confuses them a lot to come see leasing or call
Yeah.
in if they have questions regarding like trucks or whatever being seated. Leasing still helps you out to get you in a truck as well. So we do help company and
And
lease
lease.
side. So
Yeah.
we do kind of help everybody on that end.
Okay. Talk a little bit about, I know we're kind of known for our equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of been a big subject here recently that we have newer equipment and we're kind of making a cutoff. Can you talk about why that is, like why we have such new equipment and want to keep it that way?
Yeah. I mean, a huge thing of success. And, Robert, we don't want to be out on the road with old equipment that's breaking down, that you're missing loads, that you're not getting home to your family, that, there's so many things that go on to that. So like we said previously, we do run our reefer trucks for 3 years. We don't like to extend those past that 3 years. We want to get them out of here so that we can continue to get new equipment with better safety features on it, higher technology, more luxurious inside for you. So, it's your home, it's your comfort zone for however long you're in the truck. We want it to be as safe as possible on the road for, us. We're driving home with our kids. We want you guys to have safe trucks. We want you to be safe out there. So we really do run the best trucks out there. And it's pretty remarkable that we're constantly, looking at different safety features, and it's a wonderful thing.
We're always trying to look ahead. I will say that we're always trying to look ahead at the newest features and analyzing and seeing how we can improve and make them better each year.
Okay. Is there an age limit on lease purchase trucks?
So right now, that's a really good question.
That is a good question.
We just do new lease purchase trucks. So the used lease purchase program has gone away, kind of around COVID time when the market was crazy. We haven't brought it back yet because truck market is still wild. The used truck pricing is extremely high. So we don't want to do a lease purchase on a used truck for you and it, not be profitable for you and you end up paying more. So as of right now, we just have new lease purchase trucks that you would order through our website. You can always go to Pedigree. It's our used truck and trailers. They're kind of our sister brother. We work very closely together and purchase a truck through them, but we don't do any lease purchases on them.
Can someone take over someone's lease if they're leaving Prime?
No.
Could they do it as an ACE lease?
No.
No.
Even more now.
Even more now. Okay.
Good question so far.
Yeah, these are good.
So great.
I love it.
Okay. Do you still earn a lease completion after a lease purchase? Like a lease completion dinner payout?
No,
just standard.
The completion is that you own your own truck and you no longer have a truck payment.
You get a title.
Yeah, that is.
You get a title to your truck. Yeah.
That is the best thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys know how long the truck wait is for a TNT getting into a new truck?
Not long.
I don't think the list is very long. Last I looked,
it's like 2 days.
I was gonna say a couple days, which is not bad. It's been a lot longer than that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Before.
That's awesome.
And also, if you're ready to roll, a lot of times we'll have trucks on there that, people are picky or whatever, which is fine. But if you're like, hey, I'll take whatever, we'll get you out really quickly. And then always keep in mind, after 90 days, you can order a truck. You don't have to order one with extras and you don't have to do a down payment. So, you can order a truck and it not cost you anything.
Yep.
So if you lease for 90 days, order a truck and swap out.
Yeah.
Okay. What if they want to switch divisions halfway through their lease? They're in reefer and they want to switch to flatbed. Is that possible to do?
Yes. They have to go through operations first. And they have now made them go out. I forgot how many miles. But
I don't know that we were told the amount of miles, but I I do think there's some hoops to jump through for
Mhm.
sure to be able to do that. They want you to go out with a trainer
Yeah.
and make sure that this is something you want to do before everything is redone and
And
switched
it's
over.
very tricky to swap your truck over. So like if you are reefer, again, like we said, reefer runs for 3 years, flatbed and tanker runs for 4. So the payments are significantly different. So if you want to swap those over, like a reefer to a flatbed, it doesn't always work. We can't always make that happen. Your payment would change. And once there's flatbed equipment on there, we'll never take it off. And then if you're wanting to go reefer to tanker, we won't be able to do that. It has to be ordered, from the manufacturer with the PTO on it.
Do you guys know how long they keep trailers in their fleet?
I know nothing about trailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to-
Sorry.
Here's our range, and that's
That's
outside of
right
it.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, literally no clue.
No. Okay, how long can you keep a truck on with Prime after it's paid off from a lease purchase? Depends on the age.
Yeah, this is kind of, so I believe it's like once it turns 5 years old from the date it went into service, they start doing
Yearly.
like annual reviews. I do know that I believe the mark is 5 years. This is something that's also kind of handled through the operations side more than through us. So, if your truck is approaching the 5-year mark from when it went into service, maybe something that you and your fleet manager kind of discuss from that point.
That doesn't mean they're just going to pull it right that second.
No,
as long as your truck is running and it's not down and you're not missing loads and appointments, you should be fine. We just started pulling 2018. 2018.
That, yeah.
But we're not even doing that until December of next year. So you definitely have some life that you'll be able to run in your truck for sure. Without truck payment.
And do you guys have any like assistance or any places you can send people to sell those trucks or just get them over to Pedigree?
Generally if they're wanting to do that, we don't assist with that. We're not a dealership. You're more than welcome to talk to Rocky or the guys at Pedigree. Just depends where the truck market is. Right now they have a lot of trucks. So I don't know. I can't speak for them, but you can always contact Pedigree to see if they're interested in purchasing your equipment.
Okay. This is a current lease driver. If they purchase a 2020 model outside of Prime, can they bring it on to lease with flatbed and only run regional?
No. Again, right now with the truck market, we're not bringing any trucks on. So we have enough with our truck deal. We got to run the trucks that, Robert and Prime purchased. So unfortunately, we're not bringing any trucks onto the fleet.
Can you pay for a truck in cash?
No.
Like,
what do you mean?
Like
no. You have to run the truck for 18 months before you can purchase it. So this is a lease purchase. So if you're doing an ACE lease, you can't just come in and say, here's $190,000. Unfortunately, we do have to run it. We've got to run it under our fleet. We've got to, we purchase the truck. We have to, it's a business as well. We have to make our money back as well. So you do have to run it for 18 months. After that time frame, you can ask for the payoff on it. That's located on our website. And then you can purchase it outright with outside funds.
Which I guess if that's cash, maybe that's
cash money.
Yeah.
If it's a standard lease, you can do it after 2 years.
Yes.
What else are you going to say?
Well, I was thinking about down payment. So if you're doing like a lease purchase on a new truck, we'll respond back and say, okay, you owe $5,000 up front. That does have to be in certified funds, meaning cashier's check, money wire, money order. We can do a comm check. We can also do emergency fund withdrawal or cash if you bring it in.
Cold hard cash.
Cold hard cash. You can do that with your down payment. Just make sure to come.
Not at. We're here. Make sure we're here.
Make sure we're here. And accounting is
that's
here.
the
So we
issue.
can, sometimes we have issues with drivers that I know that it's hard to come in always. You're not always coming in at business hours, but we do have a system that we have to take it through accounting. And we want to get your money
Chelsea
in the right
and
hands.
I do not just take your money.
Yes. We have a little bit of a process. So we want to make sure that we take care of you when we're here. So be sure and call ahead. I guess that's my advice. Call ahead when you're planning on coming in so that we can help you when you're here to get your money taken care of and put in the right place.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. When will fleet owners be able to purchase more than one truck in a year?
Now.
They can do it now?
Yeah, right now. Lease purchase. Yeah.
Yep.
call them up.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right. You guys talked about this wait time for TNT, just a couple days.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not long.
Could they do lease payments weekly, or could they do monthly or bi-weekly? Or
Always weekly.
Always weekly.
Always
That's what the
weekly.
settlements are. Okay.
Mhm.
Just runs through your settlement. What else? What
Tidbits you
else?
guys want to throw in?
I know.
I was just going to touch on new truck orders. I was just going to kind of let everybody know. So right now, once you submit your order, we're doing pretty good on response times. I know anytime one of us is sick or something, it always tacks on a couple days to get back to everybody in a response on your truck order. But right now, it's been well under 7 days. I've been getting back to everybody. So if you have not heard from me or something and you've placed your order a couple weeks ago, please call, email. There could have been an issue with your order. But right now we just recently filled all slots for December. So we are now placing orders for January delivery. So just be mindful when you are planning your truck order. It will say on there what month we are placing deliveries for. So if you plan on taking time off or your end of lease is coming up, something like that, just really be watching that because we don't want you ordering a truck too soon before your end of lease. Or if you plan an order, but you plan on taking a month off, keep that in mind when you are planning for your truck delivery, because we can only hold an ordered truck on the yard for 2 weeks once it delivers. They really don't want trucks sitting here on the yard. So just keep that in mind as you're planning. And then hopefully, I've been getting this question too recently about new year model. We don't have any information on that yet. Towards the end of the year, when they start discussing next year deals. We'll start getting some more information and hopefully do a breakfast meeting or something to kind of fill you all in once we have that information. But it's still a little bit too early into
to know when it's going to swap over.
Okay. I don't really understand this one, but is the lease purchase a walk away?
I mean, technically, yes, you can walk away, but you're also walking away from the $14,000 that you put down on the truck or however much. You're walking away from, the year and a half that you almost own the truck, everything the payments are higher as a lease purchase. So just be aware, yes, we don't report it or anything like that, but it is a default.
You walk away from more.
A lot of money.
Okay. Does a truck time pull go off of mileage on the truck, or is it the make year?
It's more so the make year. Occasionally it goes off the mileage, and that's very rare. There's a huge misconception that we pull the trucks in, one at 400,000 and one right at 600,000. If you are close to 600,000, feel free, please, to call in, and we can calculate your mileage. But it also matters to how many operators have leased that truck. That makes a big difference on how long, and if we'll pull it in early or not. There you go.
Okay, how long after you complete a lease purchase through Prime can you keep up running it on Prime's fleet? So we kind of talked about that a little bit. It just depends on the year.
Yeah, and it just really depends on how your truck is performing. If your truck's down all the time, it's probably going to be quicker to be pulled. And again, that's really an operations thing between you and your dispatcher and operations. Success Leasing doesn't just go through a list and start pulling trucks.
Okay. If I did a new truck order for standard lease and my current truck is still new with a long life, am I going to have to pay a lot when I turn it in?
No, it's a walkaway lease. So you can you can turn that truck in. You will have to pay to get it back up to specs. So, that's your tires, that's your windshield washer fluid, windshield wipers, all your fluids. It's not a cheap thing. Generally it can be close to $1,100, $1,200 to turn a truck in. You'll have your detail fee, everything like that. So yes, you can walk away. You can order a truck. Just beware that's going to be, worked through the shop. It takes 45 days to get a truck fully closed out if it is not end of lease.
Okay. This is a Peterbilt question. Do you know why we started going with the Epics package?
Go ahead.
So If you have certain questions about certain parts of the Epic package, you can call me because I do have like the separated. I do not have them memorized, but basically what happened was we had the Epic Max package that had a list of different fairings and different features that we went and picked out a few of those items to be standard on the truck. So, but there are still some items left that are considered an extra, and that is what you're seeing as Epic Max package. So if you want to know exactly what those items are, like I said, email me or call me and I'll be happy to like
If
look
you're
up
really
the
that
exact
curious, I have
detail.
them. So if you want to know them,
Yeah, let's do it.
let me tell you what they are. Please hold. It's loading. Okay, on the Epic package, this is what's coming standard on our 2023s. Rubber skirts for the chassis aero fairings, front tire closeouts and bumper to hood seals, bumper lower aero fairing, A-pillar fairing, aero closeout under the cab sleeper sides. So people are calling on all the time saying like, I got the Epic package, I didn't order it. This is just something that we added again to our trucks, Peterbilt, so that they can be more fuel efficient, run better, just be an overall better truck for you. If you do, that was standard. If you do order the Epic Max, you will also get those features, but you will also get the Epic Max Aero package to back of sleeper, Aero wheel covers, rear black, or another wheel cover option. Don't know what that is. Flow below, tandem rear axle, Aero fairing, Peterbilt Advanced Aero Rear View Mirror, motorized and heated with integrated convex. Whatever that is. Peterbilt rear mud flaps, flow below hangers. So this also goes in with all of our extras. We order for every manufacturer, and there's so many extras. There's no way we can memorize all of them.
No, unfortunately, I don't.
And they change frequently. So again, if you have questions,
please call.
Ask us,
and we'll
find the answers.
Okay. Do you know how many current lease purchase trucks you have in the fleet?
Oof, I've been working on that for years.
I was going to say.
I don't know. A
lot, especially after it went away for a while and then we brought it back last fall. Man, you guys were ready.
Yeah.
Because we about ran the wheels off.
Oof, that was a hard
Keeping
time.
up with those lease, which is great.
It's great.
We love that. It was great to have it back. It's great to have it back. But yeah, I would say it's a lot.
It's a lot.
That number is.
I mean, I think it's close to honestly, I think it's close to 800, 850 for like lease purchase, owner operators.
I would believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 850.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay. What if they're not seeing their name on the waiting list for getting a truck? They just need to contact you?
Yeah. Well, if you're end of lease, you, to be honest, aren't going to be on there. So
TNT.
Oh, okay. No, just need to contact us.
Okay.
Huh.
What does it mean by 45-day closeout?
So you turn the truck in today. It takes 45 days for the truck to be fully closed out, fully done. That gives every department, every shop time for them to run their invoices through, time for us to finish our tires, time for everything to go through. So 1 week your performance bond might credit back, 1 week your e-fund. There's a lot of different departments that are working to get the truck closed out. That doesn't mean the truck is sitting here on the yard for 45 days. So some people will call and be like, you said it takes 45 days, but my truck's out already. It will be out. It'll probably be leased out within the week, but we might not even have your tire information from the tire bay until the week after that. So it does just take some time for each shop to work through it. At that 45-day mark, our credit department will reach out to you if you owe us money back, and you'll kind of go from there. If we owe you money back, we will be just sending you a check to the address that's in your driver file. So please make sure that is always up to date. If it is not, you can update it on the Prime app or go through driver personnel.
Good luck there. Okay. On a lease purchase, can they opt out of any of the Epic package aero pieces that come standard, or they're just there?
They're there.
They're there.
Mm-hmm. It's our standard truck, how we spec the truck. You can just add some extras onto it, but we can't take away things.
Just a bonus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can't change the engine.
Yes.
That's a very popular question.
Yeah.
Okay. The weekly payments between International and Peterbilt.
Yeah, I mean, international is probably going to be what right now, like 980
on the low
low
end.
end.
That's going to be something that's going to vary depending on where that truck's at in its
Yeah.
lease. How much time is left. That's
Mhm.
going to make a big difference. Is it a brand new Peterbilt versus a 2-year-old international? That'll make a big difference in the payment.
And the mileage doesn't affect that. It's the year of the truck. It's the life of the truck. So
How long? It's
just
been
be
in
aware of
service.
that as well.
Can you swap out the digital dash on the ACE lease at any point, or does it have to be prior to arriving to the yard?
Oh, like, can you get an aftermarket?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would assume. Yeah, honestly, probably, because Brad said it's just the knobs. So that's a Freightliner question. If you're wanting to do that
we'll have to
aftermarket,
get
I
Freightliner.
would suggest you call Freightliner and do that. But with Peterbilt, it is standard.
Very true. Have you had any complaints about the digital dash on Peterbilt?
None. Absolutely not one.
No.
They've been great. People
Yeah.
love them. They're really beautiful. The Freightliner one is very nice. It like wraps all the way around.
Yeah.
It is so
pretty.
nice.
It's so pretty.
And we really haven't had many complaints on that one either. Just one.
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Tell me about yourself.
Okay. Tanker question. So
Oh.
at end of lease, do you have to pay to get the heaters taken off, or does it just stay as a tanker truck?
It would just stay as a tanker truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanker trucks, they definitely have to be ordered that way as well. So like the PTO for the tanker equipment comes from the manufacturer. We can't just like set up any tanker as a tanker truck.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay, we've answered this question. It's been asked several times. How long does it take to get in their truck after TNT?
They're very curious. They're ready to go.
Okay. What is the percentage of lease operators at Prime versus company drivers?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it's
It's
like
very
a
high.
90% lease,
It's very
10%
That's a-
company, and it
Uh-huh.
continues to just increase. The lease fleet is significantly higher than the
Mhm.
company fleet.
Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, if we don't complete our full lease and turn the truck in around the 2.5 year service mark, are they able to get the mileage incentive back, or do they lose whatever is put into that account?
Good question. That goes to the depreciation of the truck. So it's an incentive for you to finish the lease. Unfortunately, even with 6 months left or 3 weeks left, you didn't finish the term of the lease. I hate that. We hate that, but
Yeah.
it goes to depreciation of lease. That also does not go to repairs. So if you finish the lease, your lease completion incentive goes to the repairs first. So you're not going to then have a bill. But if you turn your lease in early, you're going to have to pay for the repairs.
Also, you answered this question earlier. If you decide to buy out your current lease, when do they need to give you notice?
So their current lease, it has to be 2 years old from the date it went into service. And then they will submit a request through our website, successleasing.com. Under the Knowledge Center, there will be a link that says early truck payoff request. You can submit your information there, and then we'll get back to you via email on the purchase price.
Yes.
Okay.
Has to be after 2 years, but you can't have extended the lease. So if you extend the lease, unfortunately, you can't purchase it after that. It
Yeah,
has to
there
be
is a-
before the end of lease date.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a window of time there.
I know, it's so tricky.
Yeah, it is.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to call.
Okay. Another, can you add manual when ordering a lease purchase truck?
$25,000 down, non-refundable.
Yes. Yes.
But you sure can.
You can. Okay. Any more little tidbits? You guys have done great.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thanks.
What else should we say?
I went over the timing of the
Um,
truck orders.
What is your phone number?
Oh, 417-521-3427, I think.
No, remember yours?
Is that yours? Are you 3427?
No, I'm 3133.
33. I'm 3427.
It's funny because you don't ever call your own phone.
Yeah.
No,
number?
we just extension back and forth to each other.
Yes.
So 417-521-3427.
417-521-3133.
Also, you are absolutely can call, but we love a good email too. We reply really quickly on email. I'm H Gibbons, so GIBBONS @primeinc.com.
My email is CRoberson, that's CROBERSON @primeinc.com.
Yeah.
1B, no T in that.
Yeah. Robertson.
Robertson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're more than welcome to call, but sometimes we can email while we're doing something else. So sometimes we can
Reply
shoot back an
faster,
email
like,
faster.
for
Okay.
sure.
For a lease purchase, if they don't want to add extra options, is it going to be the same setup as a regular lease?
Is it going to be the same way?
Setup as a regular lease?
Yeah, it's just going to be our standard truck.
In a truck. Okay. Okay.
People do that.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right.
Okay.
Any more tidbits? Anything good?
I'm trying to think.
We talked about 59 days. We talked about truck orders.
59
I think that
days.
was,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's
I
about
think
it.
that's it.
Cool, guys.
All right.
Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having
Yes.
us.
Feel free to comment on this down below. It'll be posted on our YouTube, and I will get with Haley and Chelsea any questions that you guys have.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.